Hello, my name is Bethany Colleen and welcome to my art YouTube channel. I thought today I would try something a little bit different and show you my process on how I come up with an idea. So I was scrolling through Pinterest and I came across a picture of an icicle and I was like, ooh, I want to draw some icicles. So I was trying to figure out how I wanted to draw the icicles, and my spaghetti brain went to, ooh, I could also have a frozen spider web because I really love spider webs. Well, not walking into them, but I think they're really pretty. So then I decided I also wanted a frozen spider web with my icicles. So then I started looking up pictures of frozen spider webs to give me ideas, and I came across a picture of some lanterns. I actually tried just a little practice of the lanterns for a little bit. And I was like, ooh, you know what would be even better? Instead of having human-made things, let's draw an animal, and a winter bird that I can think of is a cardinal. So that is how my spaghetti brain decided what I'm going to draw today. So what I decided is, let's see, I got like some little cat hairs on here, so I'm just swishing them off. I think I'm gonna have probably a branch come up from around here, come down, maybe down over here a little bit, because I think right about here would be a cute place for my little cardinal. Let's see, he's probably a little bit more round. And we'll draw his little tail. Just the quickest little outline, and then I'm gonna go back up. Let's draw some more branch. A little bit over here. Let's come over to that side a little bit. We're gonna have some hanging icicles from here. Gonna probably have some icicles. All right, so this is one little very, very quick loose sketch of a branch. Now let's bring the side over here. I'd like it coming in probably a little bit at an angle. Let's give it some branches going up, a little bit out. Let's bring one down here. I'm gonna give it a little cradle for the spider to build his little web. I'm gonna bring it up here till they're almost touching. There we go. All right, so I can have some icicles here if I want, but I'll have probably a spider web in the crook of this. Okay, so now what I do is I'm gonna clean this up. So it's just kind of basic outlinings. I'm probably gonna put some masking fluid on my cardinal so the red just really pops out when I paint, since it's gonna be on the solid white. And then I'm gonna do my fun technique to do a crazy background. All right. I'll let you watch. So I cleaned up the image, and now what I'm going to do is just use my handy dandy little kneading eraser and lighten it up so you can just kind of barely see it. Now that it is all lightened, I'm going to take the time to add my masking fluid on my branches and my cardinal so I can do a technique on the background without covering those spots and ruining the white. Are fun for a fun technique. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this like water little paintbrush just to kind of add a loose layer of water around on the background. I don't want to make it like soaking wet, but I want it wet enough that I can add my ink to it. And you know what? I think I might actually take a paintbrush that is a little bit bigger than this is so large. And we are just going to just loosely put some water on the top. The background is damp, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just a little bit. This is already a little bit diluted. I'm just going to add it around in some areas. We're going to just kind of get a little bit of black going on. I also have a little tray next to me that has a little bit of a darker wash to add in this as well. I'm going to start with my dark colors. Sometimes I'm adding a little bit of ink. Sometimes I'm adding just a little bit of water, so there's just different shades of black. You can hear my dog itching in the background. Hi Denver, you itchy. All right, so we're just gonna add this around. I'll let you watch me do this. Base layer with some black. I have some white ink that I have made up, and I'm just going to kind of squirt it around and add a little bit more dimension to it, a little bit more just tones and gray. I have quite the bit of water on here, so what I'm going to do is go grab a paper towel real quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a paper towel and I'm going to dab the excess so I can kind of see what is going on in the background, see if I want it to be a little bit darker, if I want it to be a little bit lighter by adding some of that white ink. I'm going to go around. I'm noticing over here where I'm dabbing, I have a lot of places that just quite didn't get anything. So I'm going to come around back again with my handy dandy little ink thing. I'm going to come right back in here, just get a little bit in the areas that was kind of missed. Doesn't need to be perfect. In fact, the imperfection is kind of what makes it look a little bit more like nature, at least to me. All right, so I'm going around, just adding a little bit more dark where I think the dark sky will kind of go through, but I also want it to be looking like it's snowing, so there's got to be a little bit of lightness to the air. Just gonna add a little bit more dark down over here. Kind of would like the middle of it to be a little bit lighter. Maybe the moon will be there. Haven't decided. And then it will get lighter in the middle. We'll kind of shape it and frame it a little bit. Just by where I add the dark. Alright, so now what I'm going to do again is come around, just kind of dab that excess, kind of spread it around a little bit. Also just kind of blends it a little bit so it doesn't have as harsh of a line. I'm just going to add a little bit inside here as well. And then we are going to have to let it dry for quite a while because I have completely saturated it. Forgot, while it's still wet, I grabbed a toothbrush, got it a little bit with some white ink, and I'm just going to kind of flick on some little areas for it to kind of expand on. Well, that's a little bit big. So I will come back when it's dry. Where's your toy? Where's your toy? Oh, there's a toy. We're dry. The next step is to take off the masking fluid. So, grabbed my eraser. I like to use one that's kind of got a little bit of a sharper point. Just helps a little bit. And I'm gonna erase. Not gonna lie, kind of like it like this. It's kind of cool with it, but I am still gonna do what I wanted for my first idea. So what I'm gonna do is get my paints ready and I'll get to work. favorite part. What I like to do before I peel off the tape to make sure it doesn't stick to the paper and peel that off is I just use a hairdryer. Alright, so now to peel.
Oh, this one's peeling both, I guess, at the same time. A little bit through, but that's alright.
Beth from the future here. Thank you for watching this process of my painting, even when I didn't realize that I was on the cusp of a migraine. I hope you enjoyed my little Easter eggs that explained my word flips and word repetitiveness. I thought about editing out these cognitive symptoms, but I decided to share because if I do more voiceovers, it's to be expected. And I thought I should explain why this happens to me. Let me know if you want more videos like this. where I talk more, or my usual time lapses with music. And until next time, take care.